And here we go.
What is going on, everybody? My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and today we're going to take a look at the entirety of Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead and get a quick review and my thoughts on the show, my feelings about it, and maybe where it goes from here. I think that you can say without a doubt that Fear the Walking Dead, it's a solid show at this point. It's had a lot of issues over the course of its 3-season run, but I do believe that consistently the best episodes of the series happened during this season. You had the standout earlier season episode about Daniel when he returned, called 100. The final 2 episodes were very good, each for completely different reasons. You had quite a few things happening across the course of the season that was pretty compelling. I think that one thing that I feel is refreshing about Fear the Walking Dead as compared to its sister series, The Walking Dead, it doesn't like to stay in one place. It's got the complete opposite issue that The Walking Dead has. Fear the Walking Dead doesn't know how to hang on to its supporting characters when The Walking Dead needs to get rid of some of them much sooner than they do. Fear the Walking Dead doesn't know how to stay in one place when The Walking Dead sometimes lingers far too long, a la The Farm, even somewhat The Prison. Alexandria is a kind of a different story just because the show is completely different at this point. It's no longer a road or survival story. It's a combative war story at this point. And the main concept of this show, I think, is a little bit more back to its roots, especially with the end of the season. You still get that human conflict, and there is definitely a lot of that introduced. I think that Troy, played by Daniel Sharman, was an absolutely fantastic addition this year, caused all kinds of mayhem and drama. By the way, we're going to take some time to say spoilers. There's every possibility that I'll say something that can ruin some of the season or the finales, so if you haven't seen it yet, go watch it. But I thought that he gave such a different dynamic to the show, and I actually almost started to like his character, even though he's definitely detestable. But he did such a good job of bringing conflict and bringing drama and creating new issues throughout the course of this season that it was just hard to see him go at the end. But obviously they couldn't keep him around. And to get more specifically, in the final couple episodes that really kind of brought home the season, I thought that we had a lot more tension. We had a lot more drama going on this season. The dynamic between Madison and her children, they're not just blindly following, and they notice that Madison's got something wrong with her and she can be herself in this world. That's why she's thriving. And both Nick and Alicia are having a hard time coping with that. Strand, absolutely fun character, but I'm not gonna lie to you, he at this point is almost getting annoying. Every time you want to try to like him, he does something else underhanded that ruins things, and it's just I don't know what to say about him. Obviously, the absolute best character on the show is Daniel, played by Ruben Blades. He is a mother effing badass. He is awesome, and thank God they didn't decide to get rid of him. He is probably the most important thing going forward in the show. I really wish they would have kept Mercedes Mason, who plays Ophelia, on the show as well. I would have liked to have seen that dynamic. However, it didn't unfold that way. But overall, I thought that the season, it was much better as far as keeping pace and keeping tension, ratcheted up. I mean, the episode where Alicia and the ranchers were stuck down in the bunker with no air, no oxygen coming through, and her having to fight off all the turned walkers by folks who've died from suffocation. I mean, stuff like that wasn't happening in previous seasons, and you got at least, I would say, 5 or 6 episodes of this season that were really, really well done. And all of the rest of the episodes, they pushed the story forward. So it did a very good job of moving the story along, and you didn't feel stagnant. I'm not saying every single episode felt vital. Some of it didn't. But at least it was progressing character at any given time when it wasn't focusing on pushing the narrative forward. Something that The Walking Dead has lost sight of completely. At this point, a lot of the characters have been established for years. So character building, it's kind of at a minimum. The narrative is at a premium, and it needs to continue to push forward. Something I hope will happen this season. And we'll get more into that. I'm definitely doing a return podcast, hopefully live soon. This first couple episodes may not be live while I'm trying to iron out some kinks, doing some testing and things like that, but I'll definitely have a preview show out this week in depth for season 8 of The Walking Dead, where I talk about how maybe it fixes what was wrong in season 7. But back on Fear the Walking Dead, I feel like they did a really good job wrapping things up. I mean, it feels like they took almost all of the special effects budget. They did a great job of setting up next season, where a lot of our characters are up in the air. Seems like maybe Daniel and Nick made it off the dam alive. I don't know. The only confirmed survivor we have is Madison, as she came out the other side of the flowing dam onto the side where all of these folks are being able to get water. And it was kind of a cool moment to see, even if Madison's world has been taken from her, that she got to see this child being able to drink from the river, and it kind of renewed her spirit a little bit. But yeah, Alicia, Strand, I'm sure something will happen, wrap up, even if they don't make it. So we should know what happens. But I thought it did an effective job of wrapping up the previous season, which was all of season 3, and setting up for the next season and keeping us anticipating what's to come. So I feel like this season was very, very solid. It wasn't spectacular. There were a couple of really great episodes in there, but I definitely am going to continue watching the show. It definitely consistently entertained me more than last season of The Walking Dead. So at least it's got that. It's definitely one of those shows that I'll continue to watch. It's hard to root for everybody. There's a couple characters that I root for. The issue is, and maybe this isn't an issue, maybe it makes them more human and more relatable, none of them are golden or pristine. They're all fallible, and they all make really bad decisions and really big mistakes. And nothing the Clark family touches seems to last. But anyway, if I was going to score this entire season of Fear the Walking Dead, I would definitely give it a very solid 7 out of 10. Guys, I really enjoyed this season of Fear the Walking Dead, and I'd like to hear what you guys think, so put your thoughts down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this review of Season 3 of Fear the Walking Dead, don't forget to drop us a like, and if you really enjoy what you see here, hit that subscribe button so that you can come back here pretty quickly and not miss out on any of the content that's on the channel. My name is Mike from the Super Wheeler Bros, and as always, my friends, have yourselves a super week.